tri-tip. If you guys like tri-tip, you're absolutely going to love this tri-tip recipe. Thank you for stopping by Ballistic BBQ. On today's video, we're going to be slow smoking these absolutely beautiful USDA prime tri-tips over coastal oak. Then we're going to be giving them a good reverse sear, all on the Lone Star Grillz offset vertical. Let's get going. We're going to kick this off with just a very, very basic rub. I mean, Santa Maria barbecue is all about basic, and that's what we're going to do here. Kind of similar to like Central Texas in a way, as far as the rubs are concerned at least. So I have 1/4 cup kosher salt, 1/4 cup ground black pepper, 1/4 cup granulated garlic, about 1.5 tablespoons of dried parsley. Give it a good shake. And there we are, very simple. So here are our tri-tips, again USDA prime. These have been trimmed. Now a lot of times you'll see the tri-tips that are not trimmed in the market, and basically it's an easy trim. It's kind of like trimming a brisket, you know, just trim off those ragged ends. You're going to be removing the silver skin and maybe trim down the fat just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and start the seasoning. I'm going to start it on that fat cap side. Nice and liberal with this seasoning here. Now I bought these tri-tips together, and they are weighed together. So the combined weight of these is about 4.61 pounds. So obviously this one's a little bit bigger. Right, we'll let the tri-tips rest. I want to kind of sweat it through the rub here and meet you guys at the pit. So I have the Lone Star running at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and I plan on keeping it, you know, between that 240 to 250 range. Right now I'm burning coastal oak. It's just kind of a local indigenous wood. Any wood's gonna work. Any wood that goes well with beef. I mean, hickory, any of the nutwoods. Anyway, let's get this cooking. And there we go. Yeah, I'm just going to monitor the temps. Once it hits about, I'm going to go to 125 on this cook. I'll pull it off, let it rest, and then while it's resting, I'm going to get this bad boy cranked up, and we're going to be using grill grates today over the firebox. So it's going to be a fun cook. All right, we've been cooking now about 35-40 minutes, and both of those tri-tips are right in that 125 range, so I'm pulling them. Nice color. I mean, they're not real big, thick pieces of meat, so it's got enough smoke to where it's going to taste great. It's not like, you know, smoking a pork shoulder or brisket for hours where you get that really, really cool mahogany color. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and pull these. So I'm going to allow these guys to rest a little bit while I'm getting this bad boy cranked up again with those grill grates on. So as soon as this is ready to go, we'll be back at the pit searing these guys off. Okay, those grill grates are all preheated. We are ready to sear these tri-tips off. And someone's gonna ask, why wouldn't I wanna grill this or sear it off on a flat top? I love that crust that a flat top gives, but on this particular cook, I'm kind of wanting that nice char flavor that grill marks get. I already have a nice smoky flavor here, so I just wanna add something else. And I'm going for that more of a kind of a Santa Maria flavor. I want those grill marks. Let's get going. So I'm gonna add a little bit of canola oil. These tri-tips are a little bit rounded. They're not flat like a steak, so I'm just going to kind of rock it back and forth a little bit. Just to kind of make sure I get grill contact with all the meat here. All right. That's what I wanted right there. All right, that's what I'm talking about right there. Take these in, let them rest a little bit, and then we're gonna meet you guys at the cutting board. And here we are, all rested, looking gorgeous. It's funny, I'm smelling the smokiness and I'm smelling the char, that kind of oak smell, and then that char. And when I was a kid, up until it's probably well, I'm not gonna say how old, but middle-aged, there was a restaurant, but I've been going there since I was a kid out here, called Pinnacle Peaks. And they cooked steak, like big porterhouse steaks over this big open pit. When I was a kid, the original location, it was like right in the center of the restaurant, this like kind of a big Santa Maria, kind of a Salt Lick looking pit. And they cooked it over oak, and this is what it smelled like in there. Great place. It was funny, if you wore a tie in there, then one of the pretty waitresses would come running with a bell and snip it off and give you a kiss. So of course we all wore ties every time we'd go in there, and they'd hang them up on the ceiling, on the wall. Anyway, that's what it reminds me of, and that's kind of what I'm craving right now, that oaky, charry smell. So tri-tip, kind of weird grain pattern on this kind of fatter end. It goes this way, and then the tip, the narrow end, it goes this way. So be aware of that. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll kind of cut it in half and then slice it this way and then slice it this way. But for this, I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting. Well, that looks good. Very good. Just a nice medium rare, and just so tender and so juicy. So enough dilly-dallying. Let's try this out. It is crazy tender. Got a nice crust on that, and I'm really happy with the sear. What can I say? It's a tri-tip. I love this cut so much. Brazil, you got the picanha, we've got the tri-tip, and I love them both, but this holds a special place in my heart right now. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, if you like the video, sub it, share it, with that ring bell thing, hit it, and keep the suggestions coming in, all right? I'll see you guys on the next video. Cheers.